Hi, welcome to OpenRose, a free and open source requirements management application. Get it from github.com/openrose. So today we are going to talk about baselines and concepts of baseline. Instead of doing a detailed product demo in this video, we are going to use some theoretical topic to discuss the concept around baselining. So I'm going to switch over to Paintbrush. Not a great tool to do designing, but I think I like it to use for discussion and for presentation purposes. So let's consider that a user is having a project, which is this box here. And in this project, they have defined several requirements, which are just drawn as lines. So these requirements are nested requirements. So you can have hierarchy or a flat structure and detailed information defined in an hierarchical structure. Now, these requirements are captured as part of the breakdown structure within the product. Now, at some point, you want to capture the snapshot of that requirement, which has been changing over a given period of time. So we are capturing information from user, we were eliciting the requirement, we were enhancing the definitions for every requirement to make it clear, concise, precise, and capture quality description about each and every requirement. We did some prioritization, we did change the status, we removed those which are not going to be part of the product for sure, and we came up with the final set of requirements. Now what we want to do is we want to capture all these into a baseline. So we take a copy of it, which is nothing but a snapshot. And after creating the copy, we call this as a baseline. Because it is a copy, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill it up with the color, the border color as green. Maybe I need to zoom in a little bit more to make the border color green. Now, when we sat down with our customers, our users, our sponsors, we identified all these requirements as potentially something that we can do, but there were specific times by which the product had to be delivered. There was specific budget within which the product had to be delivered or the services had to be delivered. That's why certain negotiation took place. And then the outcome of that negotiation was that we decided to remove certain requirements. So in that case, we went and removed this particular requirement. We went and removed this requirement. When we remove the parent or requirement, then the child requirement will also be removed because we are not delivering them in one set. The same way, certain more requirements were removed from here. When I say removed, they were just excluded from the baseline. And that's the snapshot enhancements post the negotiation that took place with the different types of users and stakeholders. Let's consider that this finalization of requirement was done in January. Now, in February, some more requirements were captured. Let me show that as blue color. And these new requirements that were captured had to be worked upon. So there was new budget given, there was new time frame given, and we had to start working on these new features. And we also wanted to reevaluate information about possibility and feasibility to deliver those requirements which were removed in the January snapshot. So then the customer comes along and captures the second snapshot for, let's say, for the month of February. I'm just using months here as a duration to take the snapshot. It could be a project phase, it could be a delivery phase, it could be even some other means by which you define your baseline on the snapshot. Now, customer agreed that those which were actually removed in the first iteration, let's deliver all of them. But this time we are going to remove two of them, which is not possible to be delivered. And those two are these child, which were captured as part of the new initiative. So we are going to now deliver all this. So that is the target. That's the snapshot. And along with that, the decision was taken to remove these two sub items. So let me mark this as February snapshot. Now, customer thought that something that was captured as a February snapshot half the way while they were delivering the details, they figured out that, oops, they are not able to do everything because of certain issues or certain unseen problems in terms of delivering the project. So in that case, they decided to capture another snapshot, which was actually a snapshot of February itself. So it's a snapshot of snapshot that they decided to take, and they're gonna call this particular one as February V2. That's the version 2 snapshot. And what happened was those three requirements that were supposed to be delivered in February, obviously they were removed in January, they were supposed to be delivered in February, but one of them proved to be quite difficult, so they are not able to deliver this one as well. So you can see how it's important to be able to take snapshot of your requirements from the source itself or from the snapshot itself. The other reason why snapshot would be required is that we are delivering a large complex product, and we have several suppliers who will supply us different components, and we will bring all those components together, and then we'll deliver the final product. In such cases, sometimes the snapshot needs to be taken by item type. So let's say in this large requirement set, we consider these set as an item type along with requirements, and we want to take a snapshot of just that particular item type, which is a subset of entire project requirements. In this case, we will take a snapshot of that. We will move it out for a component supplier. Then we identify that as a snapshot for the month of January, for example. And then we gave it to our supplier, and they started working on it in the month of January. And then they were supposed to deliver it by the end of January. And again, the same story applies, which is at some point during the January phase, they encountered certain issues, certain problems, and they were not able to deliver it. And then based on their capability, it was identified that one of the requirement would not be delivered by the component supplier, and that's why we had to identify that in the baseline and say, oops, we are not able to actually do this work in the month of January. That means when we take the snapshot of the snapshot itself, so we take this snapshot, copy it over. This is for a subset or a component as we discussed, and then comes the February month. So in February, we will make sure that the supplier is able to work on the remaining aspect or the remaining requirement that was not delivered. So we will identify that. Oops, sorry, my mistake. Let me zoom in and then say that this particular requirement that was not delivered in the month of January is now delivered in the month of February. So that's the underlying concept of snapshots or baselining And this is what OpenRose supports as part of the integral feature in requirements management application there. So thank you so much for your time today, and we wish you a great day. Bye bye.